Good morning. Sunday morning. I'm about to start walking down a path, like a bike path slash walking path, in the middle of the woods. It runs through like a couple of miles through some woods, and I had some things I figure I could talk about. It is Sunday morning. I'm on my way to a supermarket, grocery store place thing to get a couple of things. And I left my house super duper early, 7 o'clock in the morning, so that I could take advantage of some of the morning coldness and lack of sun burning my skin. I'm getting pretty tan, so gotta be careful. I don't want to overdo it. And so yeah, there was a video I saw recently by someone that that has a YouTube channel, and the name of the channel is BitcoinMechanic, and the name of the video was Mistakes Were Made. Oh, there's some people coming up right now, so I don't want to blow up anybody's spot. Although, talking on camera or talking on YouTube about something is kind of blowing up someone's spot, and it's probably worth talking about that. Actually, I don't mean to be calling this person out. I'm not calling out BitcoinMechanic. I'm not. This isn't like some response video designed to spark up controversy or something like that, or like this isn't one of those Jerry Springer response videos. So what I did want to, I just wanted to talk. I listened to his Mistakes Were Made video, and I thought at the end he says, "Hit me up," and he sounded like he would have appreciate some feedback on what he had shared, and so here we go. It's Sunday morning. I'm stoned out of my fucking mind. I mean, I smoked a whole bunch of pot and hash, a little bit of both, before I left. And you know how people say, like, I stopped smoking pot because I wasn't doing anything with my life. Well, you ever think about fucking smoking pot and doing something with your life, you fucking idiot? Why are you blaming the pot? Oh, it just makes people lazy. Yeah, it makes people lots of things. How about not being stoned makes people lazy too? What do you think? The only people that are fucking lazy are people that get stoned? Come on. Like, there's no sober fucking people that are lazy? Anyway, fucking, this isn't gonna be a fucking, I'm not over here trying to evangelize for drugs or anything like that, but all I'm saying is, this walk to the store that I'm going to is gonna take me about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And on the way back, it's another hour and 15 minutes. So it's going to be almost a 7 or 8 mile walk altogether, and it's good exercise. Why? I can't smoke pot? Fuck you, Mom and Dad. You guys just don't understand. I need to smoke pot before I go on 2.5 hour fucking hike rock things. Well, on my way back, I'm going to have fucking like 12 to 13 pounds of stuff in my bag, which my bag already weighs like maybe 4 or 5 pounds. So it's like I'm carrying 20 pounds on my back. It's good for the core. It gets the core. I've heard that word before. Core, that means something, right? You know what I mean when I say it gets your core. Raw, hardcore. On some parkour, hardcore, whatever. Anyway, So the topic was mistakes were made, and he was talking about how he had used a, a crypto exchange to take out debt to buy Bitcoin on the cheap, or what he was speculating was the buy the fucking debt moment, or the it's not going to go any lower than that. But he had bought in the $40,000 to $30,000 range. I guess not thinking that Bitcoin could go down. I mean, if you're like me, maybe I should just talk at this person directly instead of saying he. Although I don't know what you identify as, so it's probably not even good to say he or she. I think he identifies as a man, so pretty sure. I would say 110% sure that he identifies as a male man. Not that he delivers mail, but a male/man. So, going into debt, and then in the $40,000 to $30,000 range, kind of, I don't know, maybe a mixture of sort of dollar cost averaging and buying the fucking dip, something like that was what he was trying to do, was his goal. And use debt on some exchange platform. I don't know which one, I have never used, like, I have an account at Coinbase, but I've never used any of their trading stuff. Like, it's not. And so yeah, sorry, that was just really cool. Some guy just rode by on a bike and yelled out, "Passing on the left," behind me. And I thought I didn't even have to look back. I just lifted up my left arm and stayed to my right. And there he goes. It's amazing how much communication can be done without even eye contact or talking, I mean, passing on the left, and I lift up my left arm. I don't even know, why did I do that? I don't know why I lifted up my left arm. I figured lift up my left arm when somebody says passing on the left. I don't know. Look, like I said, I'm stoned out of my mind, and fucking it's 7 o'clock in the morning, so maybe I'm just nuts. But using a crypto exchange to buy debt, to buy anything with debt. I've never used debt. I mean, I've considered using my credit cards to buy some stuff at times. I haven't, but I don't like, I get very fucking nervous in debt. When I'm in debt, ew, not a fan. It doesn't make me feel good. I learned a lesson very early in quote adult life in my 20s that it's just not. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, and I don't want to be coming across as like some sort of fatherly. I don't want to be coming across in this recording as a know better, like I know better, or I know better than you. I think BitcoinMechanic is probably smarter than me, like on some like legally smarter, like whatever they do to determine IQ or whatever. He'd probably whoop me, and there's only so much authority that having from experience that's really valid. But I have had, I have gone into debt, and it just doesn't make me feel good, is all I'm saying. So it might make to some people I'm fucking crazy, because most people fucking love going into debt. It's like euphoric. These motherfuckers are like, what? Yeah, give me a 40-year loan on a fucking house that cost like $1 million, $2 million. Give it, let me get it. And I'm just like, whoa. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense when you think about how in 20 years from now, like, okay, it makes sense in considering that in 20 years from now, like, everything will cost double. in fiat terms, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense to me unless you have a job that's keeping up. Like, if you're getting paid at least double or triple at your job in 20 years from now, then well, I guess just to fucking maintain, just to keep it even, you would have to be getting paid double. Your job would have to keep up with fucking inflation, and I don't think most jobs do. I mean, every time I've ever had a job, and maybe this is just a me thing, maybe I'm not picking the right jobs or something, and maybe I don't bring enough value, but it was never like, okay, here's, like, none of my employers ever said to me, look, the inflation rates are at 9%, so every year we're going to fucking raise your rates by 9%. And if we forget to do that, then you come tell us and we'll get it situated. Like, no employer of mine has ever been super on top of giving out raises. Like they're not looking forward. It's always like, you always kind of have a feeling like, should I even ask? Am I going to get fired for fucking just asking? And that could be just a me thing. So I guess some people feel like, hey, I'm worth it. So, if some people will be straight up willing to walk away, and I have walked away from jobs, but I would almost rather just walk away from a job just because they're paying me lower than I think that I should be getting paid. Like, if they're not keeping up with making me happy and they don't know it, like, if I have to come and tell them, if I have to say to my boss, I want to sit down and talk about a raise, then I already know that's kind of a company I need to get the fuck out of. Like, if I even have to fucking say, well, I think I do this and I do this pretty well, and why am I not getting paid that? Like, if I have to go to them, the person who pays me, to fucking be satisfied financially as time goes by, it's probably not a good place to be working in the first place. So, sorry if I'm repeating myself. Anyway, what the fuck does that have to do with crypto shit? What does that have to do with anything? Oh yeah, I was talking about fucking people going into debt. Oh yeah, because the BitcoinMechanic, you went into debt and you bought. Okay, so let me just skip over shit. So Bitcoin has gone down 50% from where he started buying it about, and then it's just a bad situation to be in. And I think I appreciate your get up and go-ness. Like, I appreciate that you're like, oh, what? Bitcoin down 50%? Bye. I know that you think, I'm not, and I don't mean to be condescending when I say this. I know that you think Bitcoin is worth a lot more than what it's worth now. I'm not saying that it's not, because as a Bitcoin holder, as a Bitcoin hodler, a fellow Bitcoin hodler, from one hodler to another, and that's really why I'm making this recording too, is because I watched this person's video. I'm a Bitcoin hodler, and also I've considered hiring them as to do tutoring, one-on-one tutoring, because there's a lot that I don't understand. Like I said, this person is, I would guess, smarter than me. And just on on the slave block, like on the slave auction, like if somebody had to decide who to buy, which of us to buy as a slave, as white slaves, I would say that he would probably be more valuable to the slave owner than me. So he's a smart guy, and so what I'm saying is, what you didn't take into consideration was the time factor, or it's maybe you didn't take it into consideration, but you did, you weren't accurate with your prediction on time, on how long it could take before, Bitcoin's at 40 or 30,000, but it could take another 6 months before it's above that, And also, this is something else I wanted to talk about. It should take a long time. And you might appreciate this part of the rant, but there's too many fucking crazy psychopath motherfuckers in, quote, in this space. It's too many, there's too much flipping going on, Like, motherfuckers are doing flips, like, chill. That's not healthy, I don't think. If people are just like, I'm gonna buy the coin. It sounds like the name of a car. It's a coin, and it's called the Toyota Luna. I'm gonna buy the Toyota Luna, and then I'm gonna buy what is it? The Honda Solana. I'm gonna buy the Honda Solana, and yeah, it's gonna be. I'm just gonna buy coins that sound like the names of cars. Like they could be the names of cars. Like, is there an Accord coin? Is there a Taurus coin? Is there a Corolla coin? Is there a BMW? Let's get BMW. Can we have car coins? And these fucking alpha bro beta guys, I don't even know, bro. Sometimes I don't know what the difference between an alpha and a beta is. And I don't even know if this is inaccurate I feel like the alpha beta thing is almost like a horoscope. And it's not really useful unless somebody's doing some kind of scientific test, like biologically, like to see like how humans behave in their natural habitat, like as if we were looking at humans as animals and we're trying to observe their behavior. Which one's alpha? This one is like a documentary, National Geographic. They'll do a fucking documentary on apes or something, or monkeys, and they'll fucking be like, oh, this one's the alpha. Meanwhile, it's like, yeah, he might be. I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, you see him doing all kinds of crazy shit. Maybe he is. Who the fuck knows? Anyway, the market is filled, the crypto market is filled with these, like, I don't know, is it like Wall Street people? Like, you ever seen, the movie Pi? P-I? Just the letters P-I, like, as in 3.14, whatever that number is for, circles and spirals and stuff. But, in that movie, the main character gets approached by this woman that works at Wall Street, some lady that wears like a blazer. She looks like fucking Oprah or something like that. This fucking Oprah bitch with Michael, what's that guy's name? The fucking football player with the big gap between his teeth. Is it Michael Strahan or something? I don't know. I don't know these fucking sports. But anyway, this Wall Street bitch, this fucking crazy Oprah bitch, runs up on the main character, who's like this little fucking nerdy Vitalik motherfucker. He's like a computer dweeb nerd. And the Wall Street bitch is like trying to get fucking some kind of code from him. She thinks he has like technical information that would help her fucking like move markets and like make more money in the stock market and shit like that. And she's just like yelling at him. She has goons with her. And she's like, fucking, I don't give a fuck about you. Like, she's basically like a psychopath, bro. She's like, I just want what's in your fucking head. Like, crazy psychopath Wall Street folk, yo. And he also gets hit up by some crazy Jews, some Orthodox, Hasidic Jew guys with the fucking payas, those guys, the rabbis and such. But, so, I guess the reason why I'm talking about the crazy Wall Street bitch from fucking Pi is that's what, I mean, you must see it, this person must see it, BitcoinMechanic. They're crazy out here right now, bro. You fucking look at any comment on Twitter. I don't even have a Twitter account. I just, look through it with a non-account. Like, I just fucking go and look at stuff sometimes. I just have to remember in my head the names of people that I think are interesting to check out every once in a blue. And when you look at any fucking Bitcoiner's fucking comment or tweet or whatever the hell they call it, there's like 1,000 psychopaths, bro, and it's all like. And also, I know this person watches Tone Bay's YouTube channel, so like, when you look at people like Tone Bay's comments, it's like, Tone's totally right about this. A friend of mine named John Doe figured out a trading platform. Like, it's all like this like positive salesman, they sound like they're down with Tone Vase, but they're trying to redirect you. They're trying to like be like, yeah, I see things just like Tone Vase, but check out this other thing, this platform for this person that figured out a great trading strategy on somewhere else. Like, they're just parasitical psychopaths, bro. Like, I don't know how to describe it or what to call it, but and I'm not a psychologist, you know. Far be it, you know, who the fuck am I to even, maybe there's no such thing as a psychopath or a sociopath, you know. Maybe it's just like the alpha beta thing. It's just more horoscope shit. I mean, people be people, right? Who the fuck knows? I think it's better to just fucking say people be people, because anybody could be a psychopath, but anybody could be a fucking sweet person too. So, and people change all the time, so gotta be more dynamic than just say this person's a psychopath and this person's not a psychopath. You know, people probably have tendencies, and there's probably certain situations that would bring out certain characteristics in certain people. I don't fucking know, but look, my point is that the crypto space is flooded with fucking people trying to buy nothing. They're just moving. Money's just moving around. Like, nothing is being produced. There's no products that come out of any of it. Like, it's just fucking money moving from one person to another person, and fucking whoever's the middleman too, like the middlemen that fucking make these financial transfers possible are getting paid for doing the transactions. And it's weird as fuck, you know, but it is what's happening. Crazy psychopath fucking, they're bot people. They're like Richard Hart bot people is what's out here. So I guess I say all that to say that you misjudged the time factor, because these people they could be very, very, I don't want to be saying these people, like, I mean, I don't give a fuck really, but I know that there's some sensitivity around saying the phrase these people. Anyway, fucking the people that I have in mind are they could be very, very persistent, but only for a limited amount of time, I feel. Like, the scammers will disappear just as quickly as they showed up. And that could be like a 6-month period. We might need fucking 6 months of Bitcoin hitting between, I don't give a fuck really at this point how low it goes, but it needs to fucking stay low, because what I'd like to see happen is fucking Ethereum to get squeezed the fuck out. And I'd like to see a lot of things get squeezed out. I'd like to see in 6 months' time, it would be cool to see fucking a complete different top 10 on the cryptocurrency market share list. These things just I'm not recommending just diversifying to anyone. I'm not saying that. As far as I understand, fucking the only valuable product in the top 10 cryptocurrency market share is Bitcoin. The only value. And the other 9 out of 10 top 10 are just fucking not necessary. I mean, they're very transitory. These things, even if there is some utility value to them, there's no long-term value storage capability in any of these things, or need for there to be. Um, so most of the stuff could be done just regular old electronically, you know. But going into debt, and then yeah, so I guess it's kind of too late for you, Bitcoin Mechanic. You said that you're out. I think you cut your losses or whatever. You are already out of that trade or that bet, the debt bet, and that super duper sucks. That super duper sucks because you've lost. I'm assuming you've lost money, and now fucking Bitcoin is cheaper. Cheaper than it was when you bought it, and you can't even buy it. You're like, fuck. Like that's really a double. That's a double whammy, you know. So you're not even able to enjoy the buy the fuck the. I don't even know if we're at the actual buy the fucking dip yet. I started sort of chipping. I started buying a little bit at a time when around the time that you did, when BTC was $30,000. I bought a little bit, and then I said to myself, if it drops another $5,000, I'll buy another little bit. And every $5,000 drop down, I'll just buy a little bit. And after Bitcoin went to 25,000, dropped down to 25,000 from 30, and I made a little bit of a BTC purchase, and then it dropped down to 20. I still haven't even bought again. I haven't bought since 25, because now I'm like, whoa, if BTC could drop to fucking 17 and change, it could go, there's no reason why it can't go down to 15. There's no reason why it can't go down to 12. There's no reason why it can't go down to 1,300. Maybe that's how scammed out the fucking market is right now. Maybe that's what it'll take to... You gotta get these fucking crazy fiat freaks out of here. These psychopaths, these Wall Street number go up people, like... They're fucking... It's just crazy, man. You know that these people need to get the fuck out. They can't be here. And it's probably a good way of determining if it's by the fucking dip time is when fucking you got the impression that the crazies are ready to pack it up and go. Like that crazy psychopathic stuff dims down a little bit. They lose some of their frothy, foaming of the mouth, fucking crazy, rabid persistence. And I don't think that's happened yet. And we'll see what happens. If it, now I'm basically thinking I might buy the last little bit of the fucking dip if Bitcoin goes down to 15K. I feel like that's fair. Even if Bitcoin goes down to 12, it's like, oh well, not a big deal. Or even if it goes down to 10, or even if it goes to, whatever. I don't give a shit. All I know is that if Bitcoin ever goes back to its current all-time high of 69,000, that's fucking almost, 50. If you buy Bitcoin at 15,000 and then Bitcoin goes up to 69,000, that's what, like almost 5x returns, which is crazy. That's ridiculous amounts of gains. That's like almost too much. So yeah, considering if it does do that, it'll probably go back down. There'll probably be some significant resistance up around its all-time high area. And, I'm sorry that this happened, that you didn't get the timing right. Like I appreciate the the sentiment of being like, oh shit, Bitcoin's 50% down. Oh my God, I got to start buying right now. But it's, things could take longer to recover. And, it's a good lesson. I think the fact that you made a video called Mistakes Were Made means, mistakes were made is a cool phrase to me, because it indicates that the person acknowledges that a mistake was made, and they're not dissociated from it. So it's like they're kind of making a commitment to themselves to not make the same mistake again, or to at least reduce the chances that the same mistake will be made again or could be made again by them. And so yeah, let me get into fucking, oh God, it's taking, well, this is a long walk, so I might as well just go tangential and talk about all kinds of whatever the hell comes to my mind. But something that I was worried about, not really worried, like I'm not here to save anybody, but something that brought up a concern for me was that you said, that BitcoinMechanic said that he was thinking about moving a couple of countries away to a sort of like a Bitcoin citadel thing, like a situation where I guess people are doing some homesteading type stuff, some like primitive technology homesteading, get your hands dirty, back to the land, into the wild, let's live a little bit more rugged. And I could appreciate that, but yeah, like I could appreciate anybody fucking wanting to move anywhere and do something different than what they're doing now. I could understand fucking just wanting to just make a whole change, a big change, being tired of the way that you're doing things. I think it's awesome, especially like thinking about like a young person moving away from their parents, for the first time. It's like, go, good on you. You're not supposed to stay there your whole life. You gotta go somewhere. Start making moves, little person, young person. It's good to go try different things at different places if you can. And I give you, it deserves a lot of respect that when people are doing that, when people are trying to fucking become an adult or whatever. So, and I know you're not that young. I'm assuming that you've moved several times, and yeah, you must have, because you have a fucking retarded foreign accent and you live in Canada. So it's not you don't sound like a Canadian. You don't have a Canadian retarded accent. You have, on the other side of the ocean, foreign accent. And when I say retarded foreign accent, I'm just, I'm from New York City, so I kind of have like a dick, sort of like a Trump-esque, just talking all kinds of fucking frivolous. I got a motor mouth. I guess that's a good way of putting it. I am a big talker, big New York talker over here, like Andrew Dice Clay or something. Got a lot of opinions and lots of things to say. And I'm not afraid to let it be heard, let it be known. So, but yeah, so I guess when I talk about, when I hear this person talking about, when I hear you talking about moving to a new country and getting back to a more like primitive way of thinking, maybe a cheaper way of living, more frugal. I'm not sure exactly what the benefits are, but I will say this. The words Bitcoin Citadel is like a red flag to me. And yeah, the phrase Bitcoin Citadel, you would remember that back in the day, Roger Ver was talking about a Bitcoin Citadel, right? You would remember that these Bitcoin Citadels are weird, man. Like, I don't want to live with somebody just because they're a fucking Bitcoiner, you know? It's probably worth talking about this. Back in the day, I fucking went to Pork Fest, like 2011 or something like that. And I don't know if you know what Pork Fest is, but basically, like, it's some kind of a, well, you might know what Pork Fest is. It's like a libertarian fucking festival thing in New Hampshire, where there's something called the Free State Project in New Hampshire, and there are these freedom-loving libertarians and stuff. And when I went there, I realized that, like, okay, we don't all have the same idea on what freedom even really is, I don't think. Like, I don't think we're all on the same page. I don't think these people are on the same page as me. Not that I'm better or worse, or they're better or worse, but just, we're different. We're still very different. And I didn't go there to fucking, like, join a cult either. I mean, I thought it would be an entertaining trip to take. And I went there with someone who was my favorite person in life at the time, my favorite person that I knew at the time, person that I wanted to spend the most of my time with. And yeah, I enjoyed it, but not because fucking, like, I would have enjoyed it probably just as much if it was fucking some crazy, I don't even know, like a crackhead convention or something like that. Not a crackhead convention, but like if it was like motorcycle enthusiasts. I'm not into fucking motorcycles, but I would enjoy that just as much as fucking whatever was going on in this libertarian Pork Fest thing. And so yeah, that's part of my concern, is that I guess what I would say is, if you can, and this is expensive, would be kind of pricey to do, but I would think of visiting for a certain amount of time to really, so you could kind of wrap your brain around the shape of what it is that you're going to be getting into. If you're going to make a permanent move that's going to be very costly, then get your feet on the ground first, if possible. And I know that's not easy. I know that's kind of asking a lot, but and obviously this, you don't have to, BitcoinMechanic doesn't have to listen to me. I mean, this is a grown man who has, I think, a wife and a kid. So just wanted to talk about a little bit of my concern, because I'm a fucking concerned, I don't know what your parental situation is. I don't have two parents that I could consult, that I could talk to, and I wouldn't go talk to my parents about any kind of advice. I don't think they would be able to help me with anything. I mean, my parents are kind of retarded somehow. I mean, maybe I'm retarded too, but like, I retired when I was 35. So both of my parents fucking worked. As far as I know, they still work. I don't even know how old they are now. I guess they're probably like close to retirement age. I don't know if they still work. I haven't talked to either of my parents in like a decade, give or take a couple years. Or no, it was definitely at least a decade. So they're not people that could help me. They're not people that have anything interesting that I want to hear. And it might just be a me thing. It might just be like I'm on some Kanye West, like you can't tell me nothing. I have a fucking you can't tell me nothing attitude. Although I do, I mean, that would be weird because I do seek to have conversations with people that are where I could learn from them. And like I said, I mean, I was thinking about hiring BitcoinMechanic as a tutor, and I do think that he's smarter than me. I think there's probably a lot I could learn from him in terms of mining and nodes, things of that nature. But the just and I know it kind of sounds concern trolly, and I hate to be a fucking like I don't mean to be condescending, but please be careful with your thoughts right now, because I do think that you're a smart person, and because you're a smart person, your mind might be racing off of this fucking mistake that you made. It might have put you in a situation that you didn't predict or you wouldn't have expected, and I guess if I think that a person is smart, but at the same time I think that their mind is racing, I would want to tell them that consider slowing your roll a little bit. Maybe I might be wrong. Maybe the person doesn't need to slow their roll. Maybe what the exact thing that they need to do is fucking go faster. They need to fucking really make that move or whatever. But I'm just like, be careful, feeling person, be careful, because things happen, and just moving 2 countries away seems like a big move, right? Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. It is a big move. I mean, Mexico is only 1 country away from me, and that would be a huge move. Even though there's like a border right back to my country if, shit ever got super crazy. And it's not even my country. I mean, I call this my country because I was, born here, and people tell me that this is a country and that I'm part of it or something, but I know what they mean. I know I know that I live in a country or whatever. I get the whole concept stuff. So, I'm almost at the supermarket. So, okay, I'm almost there. What else can I say? Is there anything I'm worried about you, guy? I know you didn't ask for a pep talk. I know you didn't ask for any advice. I know you're not coming from a place of fucking woe is me and fucking oh boy. All I'm saying is you are smart, I think. I mean, I might be dumb, so how the fuck would I know if you're smart, right? I might be too dumb to even know what a smart person is. But part of me says you seem smart. You seem smarter than me, at least in some ways. And if your mind is racing, like if you make an error, or not you, but if a person makes an error, they could almost, the countering of the error could be the worst part of the fucking error, like in the grand scheme of things. So like if somebody is sleeping at the wheel and they start to veer off a little bit to the side, when they wake up, if they fucking wake up before they fucking go off the road, they start to feel like the bumpiness off the side of the road, and it wakes them up, and they fucking turn the wheel really fast the other way. I don't know if that's even necessarily, that might not even be a necessarily better thing to do. That might cause their whole car to fucking flip off the side of the road and go downhill into some pit. So it's just, if you have the time, I hope you have the time to really plot and plan and strategize, and also it's probably worth mentioning that because as far as I know, you do have a wife and a child, so it's like for you have other people in your life that are that you have to consider for. So it's like that could cause maybe even more panic. Like maybe I would imagine, like as a husband and a father, I would be like, oh, I gotta do something. Like I gotta make a big recovery here. I gotta be the hero or something like that. Or I feel, maybe less than. Maybe I've brought negative value to the family and I'm in bad standing, so I gotta do something to make it, you know, make it all right or something. I'm not saying you're thinking like that. I'm just saying something I might be thinking, or a fella might be thinking if he had a wife and a kid. But so, maybe, and I don't know what your relationship with your parents is like, and I don't mean to be coming across as a fatherly, or parental, authority or whatever. But if you're anything like me and you don't have parents that you could really, I'm assuming that if you had parents that you could talk to for wisdom, you probably wouldn't have gone fucking into debt to buy Bitcoin on the dip like you did in the first place. If you had a wise parent, they probably would have said, I don't know about the debt thing. Like, they might have been, I would hope that they would be okay with buying the fucking dip, but not necessarily with debt. So anyway, I'm at the supermarket now. And I don't know if any of what I've said today is going to be useful for this person. But maybe, if you feel isolated, especially considering, like you mentioned in your video, the world's kind of clown worldy. Fucking people are kind of nuts. They're voting for weird shit. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're, it's idiocracy, maximum, maxed out idiocracy. I feel you. And maybe this makes you feel a little less isolated or a little less, at least, just know that there's somebody in the world that is focused on you with some concern. So, not that I'm going to do anything to help you, you foreign accent motherfucker, but I do appreciate you, and I do want to send some concern or something. So, yeah. Thanks for listening.